Please, Lord, my learned senior for the respondent had given me a call yesterday. Perhaps we can benefit from another round of mediation.
So, the parties agree that you have no objection.
Yes, sir. I am for the respondent.
Parties agree that matter be referred for mediation again. The dispute is therefore referred mediation. Coordinator is requested to appoint a senior mediator.
Achha.
Lord, in 1.1, there's a
The
condemnation.
parties would be at liberty also to appear through video conference.
Lord, 1.1, there's condemnation of delay in the process fee that may be allowed.
Allowed, yes.
I'm good.
Please, my lord. My lord, the settlement has been reached, my lord, and it's a 142 application.
Yes.
There, my lord.
We'll allow it.
The parties are already online, my lord.
We'll allow for the results to be recorded. The petition is allowed. There is nothing.
It's the application, 142 application.
Yes, we are allowing that. Yes.
Hello.
We'll also record the presence of the party.
Yes, my lord. Both are online. Obliged. No, no, I can put-
Please, Your Lordship. For the petitioner in this matter, Your Lordship, the petitioner is a woman, and this is pertaining to a loan taken by the petitioner in Chennai. All the cause of action arose in Chennai, Your Lordship, and the amount has been disbursed to the builder. In fact, I was supposed to purchase a flat. It was not completed. There was.
Where is the office of the builder?
My lord, I am
Your-
appearing for the respondent, my lord.
Where is the office?
My lord, office of the bank is in Dwarka, my lord, Delhi, where they maintain an account.
Where is your office?
Please, your lordship.
You are a builder.
No, no, I am not builder, I am the bank.
In fact,
Where the
bank has
I am
filed
the
a,
respondent bank. My lord, may I submit, my lord? There is clause 21 of the tripartite agreement where they have specifically agreed that all the, any disputes will be filed at jurisdiction at Delhi. That is the specific clause, my lord. And this, my lord, this aligns with the Negotiable Instrument Act, my lord, which was amended on 15th of June 2015, my lord, where it
You
has.
can appear through video conferencing.
Yes, video.
Your Lordship.
And this is a digital, and they have already appeared. They have already.
Your
appeared.
Lordship, in fact, if, let us agree that they have jurisdiction in Delhi. In that case, my lords, they have initiated another proceeding in Jaipur. Now, the summons has been issued from Jaipur. My lords, they have 5 branches in Chennai. They have no difficulty in initiating proceeding in Chennai. They are the bank.
You have a
Now-
branch in Chennai.
Yes,
My lord, I have to.
they have 5 branches, Your Lordship.
You file your reply.
Yes. I have
They have filed a reply. Your Lordship.
Filed my reply.
Are you
but
looking for
I'm only pointing out.
the respondent bank to file an affidavit
Please, your lord.
stating therein whether it has any branches at Chennai? They have.
Please, Lord.
They have.
They have branches in Chennai. They shall give the details thereof. 2 weeks.
Obliged, my lord.
Greatly obliged.
So I'm led by my senior.
There is no password. Next week.
Judges have instructions to withdraw the petition.
Allowed to withdraw. Yes, learned attorney.
Every day we enter the court, we ask, do we have a day in court? I think Justice Dulya always gave us an answer, the right answer. You will have your day in court, and more importantly, for the young members of the bar, walking with a great amount of expectation that they will be encouraged. You gave them all the day in court. I think they will remember you forever. And in every reader, a scholar, clarity of understanding, you always prompted us to give us the best answer possible in a given case. And as you said yesterday, the human element ultimately, like every case which travels from court to court and through lawyers to lawyers, and which expects the final word in this court. You said, please look at the human element, and you wanted us to look into it very closely. I myself benefited personally from many cases where I have been asked to do that. We remain thankful to you forever for that. Wonderful. So when judges like you walk into this court, we relax. But then when you want to take leave, we say, no, we're not inclined to do that, but we're there. So, and your contributions, so in a very short period, I think they can be counted as part of an integral part of a judicial history. And we wish members of the bar, wish you and your family a great, relaxing life ahead. But perhaps with your ability and equipment, there are other contributions you will be able to make for the society, sir. We are deeply indebted to you.
May it please, Your Lordship, with my lord, the Chief Justice's permission. Lords, your lordships would be remembered by us for more than one reason. The first reason would be that your lordships never had any pre-decided notions on any issues. My lord. Every one of us, my lord, have issue-based fixed notions. Your lordships never had. The lordships were open till the last. Lord, second thing, which very few of us know, and I wish, my lord, now more and more people should know about it, is your lordship's keen interest in the literature and more particularly Urdu ghazals. Lord, which
That's a common interest for both of you.
yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
And civil also.
Yes. My lord, my lord, earlier at times, my lord, we had, my lord, some judgments where some couplets were quoted, but your lordships never permitted your personal interest to interfere with your judicial functioning.
He is also from Allahabad.
Yes, my lord. And my lord, that is what I was going to say.
I don't want to say
Your
anything.
lordships, my lord, I kept the paper secret, my lord, your lordships opened it. Lord, second, your lordships have kept the Allahabad culture alive, my lord. And your lordships have always associated with everything which Allahabad is known for and stands for. Lord, in our personal discussions during Lord, official functions, etc., we used to learn many things which we never knew. Last, my lords, there are very few occasions where, my lord, we can say this, that we never felt uncomfortable arguing before your lordships. Lord, we never felt arguing uncomfortable submissions before your lordships, which, Lord, as a government lawyer, we are supposed to, my lord, sometimes make submissions which might possibly make the judges a little uncomfortable, and rightly so. But we never felt, my lord, that discomfort in your lordship's court. Lord, your lordships made every one of us very comfortable in arguments, and we left with a satisfaction that we had our day in court, as the learned attorney says. We argued, your lordships understood what we have argued, then, my lord, being accepted or not accepted is completely your lordship's prerogative in, my lord, every matter. Lord, whenever we have left the court, we have left the court with some learning a new point of law, learning a new point of how to deal with a human being appearing before, with whom you are discussing or debating, Lord, and your lordships are leaving this court, my lord, enriched. My lord, I wish your lordships, my lord, a very healthy, happy, and very satisfying third career, my lords. Thank you.
Honorable Chief Justice, one lesser known fact about my lordship has done his masters in history. But despite being steeped in history, your judgments were absolutely to the current times. You felt the pulse of the common man, and your judgments will be there to stay. And now that you are going to be in Delhi, we will keep you busy, my lordship. Have a great conduct.
Just want to thank your lordships, my lords, for the great contribution to justice. I just want to say that I had the privilege of appearing before your lordships in Uttarakhand High Court, and your lordships don't look like day older than as a young judge when your lordships were. And my lords, your lordships, when we tested, my lords, when as litigants and counsels we tested, then your lordships did thunder like a very thunderous cloud, but your lordships always then your lordships smile. And your lordships Hindi, my lords, sometimes Hindi anecdotes used to fall like beautiful showers and cool showers of rain. We wish your lordships all the very best, and we are grateful to the family of your lordships for sparing your lordships in service of the nation. Grateful.
Lordship has been as straight as a judge. This saying is completely resemble on the lordship. Lordship belonged to the legendary family of late Bhairav Sharma, who was freedom fighter, the founder and editor of Karam Bhumi, the newspaper. Lordship's father, Justice K.C. Dhulia, he had also helped him in the publishing that, and later he became judge. Because Lordship's father, who was the freedom fighter, grandfather, and he was in custody, so his father found it difficult to get even admission. Later, he studied there in a missionary school, and finally, he ended up becoming a High Court judge. As far as Honorable Justice Dhulia is concerned, Lordships, all three brothers, Himanshuji, Tigmanshuji, and Lordship, they all have the impact of Allahabad. They were neighbors of legendary writer Mahadevi Burma. They have been very close to Munshi Premchand's son, Amrit Rai, who had written Kalam Ka Sipahi. And Lordship used to participate with his father and go and attend the Musairas and Kabi Sammelans. He used to have the notes from, and he has heard Firaq Gorakhpuri. He has participated in this Kafi Azmi's program. What I feel that Lordship has so many passions. One, that Lordship plays saxophone very well. He's an ace tennis player. And now, after demitting the office, still Lordship can give company to Honorable Justice Gawai. Lordship has been absolutely great to the younger members of the bar. And Lordship always believed in Baba Nagarjun's lines, कि जो हो न सका पूर्ण काम, उसको भी करता हूँ प्रणाम. That is completely a kind of message that even efforts which have been made, even if it is not fulfilled, that has to be appreciated. Lordship actually mirrored all those in his personality. I thank to and welcome everyone in the family of Lordship who are here to see this moment. I am really grateful, sir, that we were so nice to the younger members of the bar, and we seek and we will aspire your guidance in future also.
My lords, I had very little occasion to interact with my Lord Justice Dulya, but whatever interaction was there, it was pleasant. It was always a pleasure appearing in my Lord's court. And
Mic is not.
sorry. It was always a pleasure appearing in my Lord's court. We will definitely miss you. I wish your Lordship great health and happy retirement. Thank you.
With my Lord, the Chief Justice's permission. My Lords, one thing was very clear when we were appearing before my Lord's court, that everyone had the equal opportunity to say whatever they had. And I have seen in particular that whenever there was one particular person's, a poor person's interest involved, then my Lords gave that opportunity to for the lawyer to first make arguments, and then my Lords decided, of course, whichever way, but it was always keeping in mind the tenets of justice. We wish my Lords a healthy, happy, and a peaceful life after this, my Lords.
May I, with the Honored Chief Justice's permission. My Lord, I had the privilege of appearing before Mr. Justice Dhulia of the Uttarakhand High Court, Chief Justice Dhulia of the Guwahati High Court, and then before Justice Dhulia of the Supreme Court. And I can just say that it was an unalloyed pleasure and a great privilege. Even when one was getting hammered, it was, it was always in a great spirit. And I must just recount one thing that just a few months before my Lord was elevated to the Honorable Supreme Court, I had occasion to appear before your Lordships in the Guwahati High Court virtually in a case where there had been killing of a person on the chars while demolishing a village. And it was a very sensitive political issue. Your Lordship didn't hesitate at all to take cognizance of it, call on the state to file replies, and to tell the state that no such further action will take place. And that interim order, I think, saved a lot of lives, a lot of hardship, a lot of bulldozing of villages. And that order remained in place for quite a while. For now, the Honorable Supreme Court has weighed in with a definitive judgment on the issue. But that was a great step taken by your Lordships as Chief Justice. I can't forget that. We are always going to be grateful. And those two dissents which your Lordship penned in the Supreme Court, absolutely historical. Deeply obliged.
With your mother's permission, Lord Justice Dulya, I remember a couple of years back when you'd come here initially, and there was a book release which I had gone to. It was a book on Justice Syed Mahmood of the Allahabad High Court. And you had described the Allahabad High Court in two parts, the first before Justice Syed Mahmood and the one after that. And I also described the Supreme Court now in two parts, one before you and one after you. And there are very great judges that we've had, many of them on the bench, many of them passed many more to come in the future. But there is an emotional bond that the bar has felt with you. And I personally will never forget your year-to-year smile whenever there was something nice that we had to say, or you found something which was hilarious about the matter, where we wanted relief and we couldn't see it. And all of us, or our clients, got certificates from you which said you are a good man and you are a bad man. Today, when we are walking out, we just want that good certificate from you that we're all good men. And we'll all remember you very fondly and for many reasons. And we hope that you have a very long, nice, happy, healthy innings in the future, Manoj. And we hope to remain in touch with your lordships and to have your participation in lives. Very grateful.
The Learned Attorney General, the Learned Solicitor General. Sorry.
With the permission of my Lord the Chief Justice, I'm so grateful. My Lord Justice Dulya, it was always a pleasure to appear before your lordship's sense of humor in all matters, where sometimes the joke was on us and sometimes the joke was on your lordships yourself, will always be remembered and was greatly appreciated. Your lordships always erred on the side of liberty, which we appreciated before we appeared before your lordship. And finally, I know your lordship has a great love of reading and a wide and varied interest in books, and now your lordships will have time for that as well. Well, thank you very much for all the opportunities on this side. Most obliged.
Everybody know? The Learned Attorney General, the Learned Solicitor General, law officers, Sir Vipin Nair, the President of SCORA, and the other office bearers of SCORA, the President of SCBA in absentia, Ms. Bagel, the Secretary of the SCBA, Mrs. Vaishali Dhulia, and of course, Justice Dhulia and my colleagues on the bench, the members of the bar. A deep sense of admiration and respect, I express my heartfelt sentiments on the occasion of the last working day of our esteemed brother, Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia. While the courtroom is undeniably central to a judge's role, Shakespeare's timeless words remind us that all the world's a stage and all the men and women clearly players. But Justice Dhulia, the courtroom was more than a legal arena. It was a stage where narratives of justice unfolded daily, each case contributing to the larger story of fairness. I had the distinct privilege of sharing the bench with Justice Dhulia on several occasions. What made those experiences particularly special was the bond we shared, stemming not only from our shared professional duties, but also from our common roots in the remotest parts of the country. I come from Amravati, a place deeply connected to tradition and culture, and Justice Dhulia hails from Pauri Galwal, nestled in the serene, beautiful hills of Uttarakhand. Despite the geographical distance, I often felt a profound connection with him, grounded in our shared value system. His sense of balance in approaching matters of law, his gentle yet firm temperament, and his regard for diverse perspectives enriched the discussions on the bench. Justice Dhulia's roots trace back to a family deeply entrenched in the service of the society. He comes from a legacy of educators, public servants, and freedom fighters who shaped the moral and intellectual fabric of our nation. His father, Shri Keshav Chandra Dhulia, served as a distinguished judge of the Allahabad High Court, carrying with him a legacy of integrity and wisdom in the judiciary. His mother, Srimati Sumitra Dhulia, was a professor of Sanskrit, imparting knowledge with grace and nurturing the minds of many young scholars. The reverence for education, public service, and social justice that ran through his family can be traced to his grandfather, Vairavadas Dhulia, a courageous freedom fighter who stood unwaveringly during the Quit India movement, contributing to the struggle for India's independence. This rich legacy has profoundly influenced Justice Dhulia, shaping his worldview and approach to law, where every decision was rooted not just in the letter of the law, but in the deep understanding of its human and societal implications. The deep-rooted legacy of service provided a solid foundation for Justice Dhulia's early education, which took him across various treaties and contributed to shaping his character and intellect. He spent his formative years in Dehradun, Allahabad, and Lucknow, each of these cities offering him rich experience and knowledge. His academic pursuits took him to Allahabad University, where he pursued his studies in modern history and law. His education was not just confined to the classroom, but also to the wisdom he imbibed from the diverse cultural and intellectual environments he was part of, which contributed significantly to his unique perspective as a judge. Justice Dhulya's professional journey as a lawyer began in the Allahabad High Court, where he quickly established a reputation for his sharp legal mind and commitment to upholding justice. His keen understanding of the law and his ability to articulate complex legal arguments with clarity led him to make a significant mark in the legal community. As his career progressed, Justice Dhulya moved to the newly established High Court of Uttarakhand, where his legal acumen was rapidly recognized. In no time, he was appointed as a Chief Standing Counsel for the state of Uttarakhand. That responsibility reflected his expertise and credibility. His exceptional skills in navigating the legal landscape led to his appointment as the Additional Advocate General of Uttarakhand, the role in which he demonstrated exemplary leadership and contributed to the development of the state's legal framework. In November 2008, he was appointed as a permanent judge of the Uttarakhand High Court. His elevation as Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court in 2021 and later as a judge of this court in 2022 speak volumes about the trust reports in his leadership. His journey from a practicing lawyer at the Allahabad High Court to the highest echelons of judiciary, culminating in his position as a judge of the Supreme Court of India, is a narrative defined not by personal ambition, but by the unending devotion to the law and to the Constitution. Over the years, Justice Dhulya has delivered several notable decisions spanning diverse subjects, including matters of personal liberty, administrative fairness, and constitutional rights. His judgments have always reflected more than just a clarity of law, but also a deep compassion for those who approach the courts in hope, especially the marginalized and the voiceless. Justice Dhulya's work outside the courtroom has been equally dignified, reflecting his character with which he approached every aspect of his professional life. Beyond his judicial duties, he has been a source of wisdom, guidance, and mentorship to his colleagues, earning their respect and admiration. In countless conversations with his peers, Justice Dhulia has displayed a rare combination of wisdom and patience, always taking the time to listen carefully before offering his thoughtful insights. His approach to discussions was never rushed or superficial, but marked by a quiet conviction that came from a deep understanding of the law and its role in society. His colleagues often found in him a steadying presence, someone whose perspective was rooted in both experience and institutional sensitivity. Justice Dulya understood the delicate balance required in judicial administration and the importance of maintaining the dignity of the institution. Whether it was guiding younger judges, engaging with senior colleagues, or interacting with lawyers and the court staff, he always embodied the values of respect, fairness, and humility. His collegial spirit extended beyond mere professionalism. It was evident in his genuine desire to foster a collaborative and supportive environment where all voices were heard and respected. I must highlight that beyond the courtroom, Justice Dhulia has always been known for his wide range of interests. He is a vivid reader. He has a great love for theatre and also a keen golfer. On a personal note, when I came to the Supreme Court and he was a judge of Uttarakhand High Court, I received beautiful books from him about the beautiful state of Uttarakhand. And when he was Chief Justice of Guwahati, I had the pleasure of Brother Sudhanshu and Vaishali Bhabi hosting us at his beautiful house, just abutting the Brahmaputra. As he now demits office, he leaves behind a body of work and a standard of conduct that will long be remembered and admired. We are grateful for your contribution, Brother Dhulia, and I, on behalf of all my colleagues and all the members of the bar, wish you peace, fulfillment, and a good health the years to come. We know that you will be also in Delhi, and after 24th of November, we'll have longer time to spend together. Thank you very much.
permission of Honorable Chief Justice. Honorable Chief Justice and my esteemed brothers on the bench, the learned Attorney General of India, the learned Solicitor General of India, and other senior advocates and lawyers who have gave so much rich tributes to me. I know it's customary to do that, and I will not take it very seriously, but thank you very much. Well, in the morning, what happened was that when we were having breakfast, my wife asked me what is it you're going to miss the most now you're demitting office? So I told her immediately, what I'm going to miss most is I'm going to miss Hindustan. She didn't understand what I meant. She probably thought I'm already losing my marbles. So what Hindustan, and it was difficult for anybody to understand. By Hindustan, I mean is you. No, it is perhaps the only court where cases come from all over the country, all corners of the country, all parts of the country, all states of the country. Lawyers come here from all parts of the country. And this is what I'm going to miss the most, that I will not have this Hindustan before me every morning. I was at great privilege of hearing your arguments, whenever fine points of law were being placed before the court. I thought this new insights were being. See, it is for the first time particularly when I was, these arguments were being made in the Constitution bench and in other important cases, that I realized something, what was said while we were doing a film appreciation course about cinema. Somebody had come from National Archives of India, National Film Archives, and he was explaining to us the cinema of Satyajit Ray. And he said, then he referred to a book called Of Human Bondage by Somerset Maugham. And what happens in that book is that the hero of the book, Philip, he is sent to Paris to learn painting by his uncle, who is a vicar. And when he comes back to his village, his uncle asks him, what have you learned in these 5 years? And he says, sir, I have learned to look at a tree. And his uncle says, what's so great in looking at a tree when I can look at a tree? And then Philip says, sir, but I can look at a tree against the background of the sky. It was that what I saw here with your arguments, a new insight, something which I had not visualized before, which is the best experience I had while listening to your arguments, listening to your thoda bahut ladai jhagda nok joke also, which I'll miss, but I'll always remember you and your arguments in the court. And I wish you also remember me sometimes, Bhule Bisre, so that we meet together and we have. Thank you so much. Assemble in 10 minutes.